Welcome to the English speaking and grammar classes. Please do like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you are tuned in with the upcoming videos. And do comment in the comment box. Now today's topic is adjectives, and we will just not discuss only the kinds of adjective. That will just be a brief introduction. Basically we will be discussing on the points, on the rules which we ignore. And some of you will realize that these rules you have never come across, but when you will turn in your book of the senior classes, then you will see that those rules are there, and that is where you lose your marks. That is where you are not able to catch on with the adjectives. So a very fast quick one for these kinds: quality, quantity, number. Quality, when it tells the quality of noun or pronoun, like lazy boy, good effort. Quantity, how much, some, much, many. When we talk of number, that is cardinal or ordinal. Cardinal numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. Ordinals are first, second, third, fourth. When we talk of demonstrative, that is this, these, those, and that. When we talk of distributive, each, every, either, neither. And when we talk of interrogative, that is the question words, WH words, and how. And when we talk of emphasizing, that is own or very. This is my own, that is very book I was talking about. Now just coming to the first one, that is the differentiation between, this you all must have noticed, but the differentiation between the demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative adjective,
Go.
this pen is my favorite. Now this is the demonstrative word used just before the pen, and pen is a noun. And what is the definition of adjective, of an adjective? That it defines or tells the quality of a noun, and here it is very well telling about the noun, and that is why this is an adjective. But if we just write this, pen, this is my favorite pen. Now this is again the demonstrative. It is coming just before the helping verb, and this is where we find it that this is the pronoun, demonstrative pronoun. The same thing goes with interrogatives also. When we talk about immediately about the noun, then it is interrogative adjective, and when it is with a helping verb, what is your name and all that, then it is about the pronoun. Now one by one we will take all the rules. Now the first thing, adjectives used as nouns. Must have seen this, but not gone in very particular rules. Now in a go, if I'll tell you to mark adjectives in a very smart way, it will come. But how can we ignore this the? Do we ever put the or an article before an adjective? No. But when we transform from adjective to noun to make it into particular, then we have to use the with that. Now if you will see it, now if you will see the same sentence, you will notice the rich is used for a class, the poor is again used to denote the poor, that is the whole class. So here we are not using rich and poor as adjective. And the rule goes, certain adjectives preceded by the can be used as nouns in the plural sense. Plural sense means in a community or in a class together, but not singular, not at all singular. This will always be a plural, a community. So what we are now, the adjectives, just now I told you the rule, when we use adjective as noun. Now we are just continuing with that adjective as abstract noun. That is abstract noun. For abstract noun, you must have seen my video where I was talking about the suffixes. Now, when we talk of abstract noun, the rule goes, some adjective preceded by the denotes some abstract quality. Now, adjective, very smart, done. But how can we forget this the? And here no class, nothing is being denoted, but when it is preceded by the, adjective is preceded by the, this works as an abstract noun. This is working as an abstract quality. Now, two rules I have told you. One was for when we make from adjectives, when we transform it to noun and we use the in front of that, that was for class, and that can only be used for plurals, never it goes for singulars. Now, second is when we use it for abstract noun, that is for any quality, idea or state, that is for abstract noun. Now, the third one in the same continuation goes when we use adjectives in idioms or phrases. I will stand by you through your thick and thin. So if we see thick and thin, these are when we talk of adjectives, these are adjectives, but when we use it as in an idiom or phrase, it comes as a noun. In your difficult times or in your happiness or difficult times. Then one more example, slow and steady wins the race. Here slow and steady, again the adjectives used as noun. One more example to set off, he has left the city for good. Now for good here it is coming as a phrase, and that is that denotes it to justify the note where adjectives are transformed to nouns. One I told you when it goes with a class, second I told you when it goes with abstract noun, third I told you with the phrases, and one very simplified one, when some adjectives actually become nouns, can be used in singular or plural form, that is junior, juniors, senior, seniors, inferior, inferiors, in that way for singular and plural. Now, I suppose justified with that. Now we will come to the degree part. Degrees, if we just take degrees, and in degrees if we see a few things we usually tend to ignore, which we should definitely see on. The very first thing is when the comparative degree of adjective is used, when we are using comparative degree we are using, but by mistake we use superlative degree in that, and comparative is usually between two things. So we have to keep in mind that the degree we are justifying to the sentence is correct. Now, the rule goes, when only two things are compared, the comparative degree of adjective should be used. The use of superlative degree in such cases is a frequent error. Now, the degree, I'll just come to the sentence. She is the tallest of the two sisters. She is the tallest of the two sisters. First of all, if you just recall the rules of article, with the superlative degree we use the correct. But as I said, comparative between two is here. So is this part correct? Not at all. She is taller of the two sisters. She is taller of the two sisters. Now, next, one more example for that matter. Who is the most intelligent So again 2y here. Who is more intelligent? So so this we have to keep in mind. Now next rule is again on degrees. Again we use it on degrees. That is, when a comparison is made between comparative followed by then. Now you have to see this sentence very, very carefully. Comparative, more, all that is correct. But if we say that we are using then is used for comparative degree, we know that. And if suppose I remove other from here, so what will be the sentence? Suppose for a while that other is not here. Gold is more precious than any metal. So if we are saying any metal, if we are just saying any metal, so any metal, gold is also a metal. Gold is also a metal. So it will take gold also in that. Then where is the comparison? We are not making any comparison. So it's a compulsion with then we use other. If we are not using that, we are using that metal or that material or the matter of comparison or the matter of compared thing in that rule also, and there will be no comparisons. So it will be gold is more precious than any other metal. One more example for that matter. Harry plays better than any boy. If I say Harry plays better than, first point, than any boy. If I say this, any boy. So any boy, Harry is also a boy out here. So in that case, then first any other boy. So this point you need to take care, otherwise your sense of comparative degree will vanish away. Now same thing goes with when comparison is made between by the means of superlative degree. Now after comparative we come to superlative degree. Superlative degree is when we talk of superlative degree for more, most, better, best. So if we take that, the thing or that the comparison of class or thing compared should be included in the comparison. I'll justify my answer if I say if I just suppose this is not here. Sam was the wisest. I just stopped there. But what is the rule says that when we are talking of any subject, then that class should be included. First of all, this part is wrong out here. We will say it all men. It will be used as all men. So the correct sentence is Sam was the wisest of all men. But why we have to take this? This is the rule which says when we are using superlative degree, then the class should be denoted with the comparison. Denoted with it. Now I repeat, I'll give you one more. The Statesman has the largest circulation of all newspaper. The complete. But where is that group? Where is that class? Of all the newspapers. Sorry. Newspapers. So this is when we say, now we have included that we are talking about the newspapers in comparative to in the class of these newspapers. All the newspapers, statements have more of circulation. Now we come to the double comparative or superlative should be avoided. Double comparative or superlative should be avoided. If I say Ali is the most wisest, the most wisest of all. This is also a superlative degree. Superlative degree, we can't have double degrees in one sentence. One more example I'll give you for this. Here's more cleverer than he is. 1 degree, 2 degree, completely wrong. So we have to avoid these. Now one more coming to it. Comparative. Now this is something very interesting and which we tend to make mistake, and in our competitive exams we are at times we are trapped in these only. Comparatives ending with OR. Superior, inferior, senior, junior, comparative. OR are followed by to. Should be followed by to instead of then. Then should not be used, to should be used. When the comparative ending, I repeat, comparatives ending with OR should be followed by to, not by then. I justify my quote with that. Ashoka's painting is superior to Hari's. Ashoka's painting is superior to Hari, not than Hari. He is inferior. He inferior to this point in arts. Inferior to. So wherever we have ORs, the comparative degrees, there we use to, not than. So I suppose the rules are quite clear. These were the things which we tend to ignore in adjectives. Very minute things, and these are the points which I told you for the nouns, the conversion of adjectives into nouns, whether it was comparative or superlative degree, whether when we use, what we use. These were very minute things, but I suppose most of you must have realized that they were there but you ignored it, or you just forgot it and you lost your marks there. So I suppose you like the video, and if you like the video, please do like and share the video, subscribe the channel, and do comment in the comment box, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you are tuned in with the upcoming videos. Much more is coming up. Thank you so much to be with us.